Hello, this is Randy Schuneman with Bulldog Rooter. Today's date is September 16th, 2016, and we are looking at a main line for a house at 2802 East 5th Avenue in Spokane, Washington. We're working from an outside cleanout. We've cabled with about a 2.5-inch cutting blade out to 125 feet. Because of some of the mechanical bends in the pipe, we're unable to get past where we're sitting right here. So we're out right now about roughly 112, 113 feet, almost 113. And we're going to begin pulling back and see what the condition of this line is. It's a pretty big line. It looks like it's probably about a 6-inch ceramic tile pipe. So we've got to be getting really close to the sewer. And as we pull back, we see a minor separation here, a little bit of a root growth, but nothing to get super worried about. We've got a few additional roots in here. This is a little troubling right here. It looks like we might possibly have a slight break there. We're looking at some gravel at the bottom of the pipe, and right here we do have some additional roots. But let me push forward here where we can see this a little bit better. Yeah, I can't quite get all the way to it. But a little area there of concern. We do have a minor root intrusion there. Everything looks like it's open for the most part. We might have a clean out there further. The bottom of the pipe is on the right hand side. The bottom will always be indicated by the light. But you can see another either a clean out or something right there. Hopefully this is not a shared line. I'll take a little closer look at the original permit when we get our camera out of here. Pulling back. Excuse me, we were actually in the sewer. We're actually coming into the main line here at 104 feet. We have a little bit of a root intrusion there at the hub and a pretty decent sized separation there. Probably about an inch. It is at the bottom of the pipe, so it is something that can tie up solids as they go out to the sewer. Pulling back a little further, we have another root intrusion here. Again, this looks to be in probably about a 4 to 6 inch pipe, but for the most part we've gotten that pretty cleaned up. We're at 100 feet right here. Another minor root intrusion at this joint that's looking very clean. Another group of roots there. This is a little bit larger one at about 98 feet that we'll probably want to run the blade out again. And let's see. Coming up on 90 feet here. Bottom of the pipe is now moving around to the top of the screen. Aspect-wise, a little bit of an overpour there with sealant, but looking good at that joint. Right here we have a little area, very small belly, not much to get worried about. That's holding a little bit of water. You can see here our swirl marks in the ceramic tile. This is a little area of concern right here. We go right here, 85, 84, and we drop into a pretty decent separation. I've got about 1.5 inch camera lens out here at 84.5 feet, and the camera lens is almost obscured by the water. As we pull back, we actually go underwater, so we have a very significant separation there that you can kind of see. This is an area where as solids and water leave the home, the water slows down pretty significantly here. We've got about 2 or 3 toilet flushes, and then we've dumped probably, I'm going to say 25 to 30 gallons of water from a bucket through this to wash everything out at a very high rate since we had an outside cleanout to work from. So you can see through the water here pretty well. And as we pull back, let me get you a distance on this. We've got 84 feet. You do see rocks at the bottom there. and right here at 82 feet we are out of the little pool that sits there. But this is an area where solids can accumulate and be the beginning of a backup. The water runs out and of course the solids remain and can create a problem. This is similarly another smaller joint or separation, but we've got pretty significant grade here, so it's very short. Another little seam there. It's looking pretty good in spite of the separation. Another little separation there, probably about 1.5 inches deep. These pieces of pipe were all made in about 3-foot sections, and here we have another pretty decent root intrusion at about 75 feet out there. 74 feet. Yeah, we're probably going to recable this with a larger tip. Get a little more out of here if we can. A lot of times with the, since we've already got it open, sometimes additional cabling, we just move the roots around but don't actually get them out. Right here at 70 feet, 69.5 feet roughly, is where they did a pipe burst. Another contractor tied onto this and came back to the house, or to this outside clean out with more modern plastic pipe material. Coming up on 60 feet here pretty quickly. This all looks really good. 60 feet here. We've got a little bit of a belly here. You can see the water start to accumulate from about 57 feet. To about 50 feet, roughly 51 feet. So that's an area where, again, the water is going to slow down its speed because there's no grade there. Coming up on 40 feet. Right about here. Aspect-wise, the bottom of the pipe is indicated by the light again, which is in the upper right-hand corner. Coming up on 30. Coming up on 20 feet pretty quickly. Right here. Feet right here. And here's our clean out. We're coming into another little transition here and coming straight up. And this is the clean out that we're working through outside on the east wall of the house. Again, this is Randy Schoeneman from Bulldog Rooter. Today's date is September 16th, 2016. And that will conclude the video inspection of the main line for the house at 2802 East 5th Avenue in Spokane, Washington. Thank you for choosing Bulldog Rooter.